guys, so I'm back with another plan with me video. The last video turned out really well, so I'm going to make this a monthly thing, if not more regularly, with like different things to add into your journal and whatnot. So yeah, of course this video is the June edition of the plan with me. Just to take you back through my journal for last month, obviously that's the title page. If you did see my last video, you will obviously recognise all this. That's my monthly overview. My habit tracker didn't work out like that. My to-do list, my mood tracker, the week-to-week views, obviously it's all very straightforward if you know the kind of thing. Just watch my last video and you'll understand what all of this is. I've added a few fun pages in there as well because I'm always like trying to figure out new ways of doing it. I changed my habit tracker to this now, so you'll see how I draw that in the next month's one. Got some important info there that I just covered up with some washi tape just so you guys don't steal my information. And then just some kind of watch lists and checklists and whatnot. I'm going to do a separate video on all these pages because I know I always struggle to find new ideas. So I'm going to do a video on some fun ideas for your bullet journal, but I don't know when that's going to come, so just watch out for that one there. So I'm going to move on to doing my title page for this month. Obviously it's June. I did actually get this idea from someone else, so it's not completely original at all. But I really liked how it turned out. It's the actual original photo, I'll leave it in the description, the link to it, but the actual photo was so pretty, so I decided to put it in my journal. Yeah, so that's just me drawing it here. I'm going to do a separate video on how I cheat calligraphy, because I just use a normal fine liner pen. I know there is like calligraphy pens and brush pens and all sorts of other pens that you can use for it, but I literally just use a fine liner. So I'm going to do a separate video on kind of how I do cheat calligraphy. Yeah, it's pretty simple. So as always, I always like to add a bit of colour to my bullet journal. I have started adding washi tape to each of the months because it's just so much easier to find it when you're trying to flick through. And obviously I added this blue one to go with the blue theme, and I actually really liked how it looked, so kudos to me. So going on to my monthly overview here, I keep flicking back, as you can tell, to my one from May because it just worked really well for me, so I'm just kind of copying everything over from that to this one. I'm just going down there with the days of the month, and I've got a side for personal and blogging so that I can keep those two things separate. So at the bottom here, I just kind of added a little calendar view of the month. I didn't have that on last month's one, so I thought it would be helpful. Haven't really figured out a layout for it yet, but it will come naturally one month. And then just filling the space with the same sort of pattern as the home page. So on this page, I'm just doing a to-do list. Like you can see there, I keep flicking back to last month because it actually worked really well last month, so just keeping it all kind of similar. And then I'm just kind of splitting the page in half with this little separator here. And then on the bottom I've got a space for YouTube ideas because sometimes I think of them and I haven't got anywhere to write them down, so I put them there. So onto my habit tracker. So the first month I ever did my bullet journal, I did it landscape, and I tried to do it so that I kind of did each little square, and it just didn't work because obviously it's not squared paper, it's just line paper. So I ended up doing like a kind of chart for it. As you can see, I'm drawing here, and I separate each row for each day kind of thing. And then I give myself 12 different things to track. I think any more than that is too many, and any less than that, like, it doesn't feel like I've actually achieved anything during the day. So I kept it to 12 because it's quite a good number, and it kind of separates really nicely into 12 columns. So that's why I did 12. When I goes on to the next page, you can see I've got little icons at the top for what I'm tracking, and then at the bottom I've written what I'm tracking. I'm going to do a separate video for this because I think people would be interested to know how I track my habits. Going on to the weekly spreads here, pretty straightforward. It's exactly the same as what I did last month, just a little bit of a different design. I've kept it a lot simpler this month because it doesn't need to be complicated at all. So I've ignored the next 3 weeks worth of drawing them out because it's just obviously boring watching the same thing over and over again. Going on to my expenses tracker here, that's also obviously quite self-explanatory. Didn't work last month, but I'm going to make it work this month. And then I've done a mood tracker on this page because, again, that's something that didn't work out for me last month, but I'm trying to figure out a way that it will work for me, and I'm hoping this way will work. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then, yeah, I've given each mood a different colour. And then at the bottom here, I've just put a little quote just to keep me going, sort of thing. And then a final flick through here. So you've got your title page, obviously a monthly overview, to-do list, YouTube ideas. Going into my habit tracker there, like I said, I'll do a separate video on that. And then the next few pages are obviously my weekly overviews. I need to fill all that in with all the stuff I've got planned for June, which I'll do. Popped a little quote down in the bottom right corner there, just because summer is on its way, obviously. And then you've got my expenses tracker and my mood tracker. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. I really enjoy making these videos because I love my bullet journal. So please like if you do enjoy them as well, and I will hopefully see you guys in another video. Bye!